Loyalists, British and Indians under Major Ross and Captain Walter Butler. And they fought them to a draw at least. And then reinforcements were coming up from downriver, and so the raiders, just went back to Canada. And on the way, Walter Butler got killed. That's a famous story. He was
Here in Johnstown, yeah.
Pardon me?
Here in Johnstown, New York?
Yes. He was the leader of the Loyalists at the Cherry Valley Massacre, as they call it.
I went up to Cherry Valley. I've been up by the cemetery. I haven't been in it yet, but I have been by the cemetery up at Cherry Valley.
There actually on the November, I think it was 11th. Pretty sure it was the 11th of November that battle was fought. And it was so one-sided, and non-combatants were killed. They called it a massacre. And but nobody was there. I was up there not this past year, the year before, the 20th. I don't know what year was that. 2018, the 240th anniversary. I was there. This will be the 240th anniversary of the Battle of Johnstown in October. Happened, 6 days or more than that? Well, 6 days after Cornwallis surrendered down in Virginia.
Okay.
And say Cornwallis, that was the last surrender of a big army, but the war wasn't really over until 1783 when they signed the treaty. And this was a very important battle because if Ross and Butler had been able to report that the Patriot resistance west of Schenectady in the Mohawk Valley corridor was beaten down, that would have made a huge difference to the negotiations in France,
Right.
It was an important battle.
So there's a lot of, what I understood, there's a lot of revolutionary women buried here too?
Yes. But like I say, you'd have to talk to Noel Levy, the city historian, about that. The only thing I know about this cemetery specifically is that is Elizabeth Cady Stanton's brother. And I only know this by talking with Noel. Elizabeth Cady Stanton's brother, who died at the age of 20. He went down to Union College in Schenectady and got sick and died and really upset her father. And another one is over there a little bit farther. She married a General Dodge. I think he was in the War of 1812, yeah. And she was Washington Irving's sister. She's buried there. And there's just some notables, nobody really is nationally famous, but local notables, like the guy who led the one part of Willett's army, went roundabout and caught Ross and Butler in the rear, and the guy that guided them around is buried in here. And the fellow that had the in charge of Fort Johnstown at the time, and there's other people like that in here.
Oh, it's a really rich history here in Johnstown.
Yeah.
So they had a lot to do with the Revolutionary Wars.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
Very much, yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense. What activity I picked up here as a ghost hunter. Some of the stuff that I've heard, the voices and stuff like that. Like over there, I heard a voice come across say, "Help me," over in that section.
Huh.
And it was a female voice.
I don't know who that might have been.
So that kind of caught me off guard. I'm like, okay. Then I'm starting to walk this way, and all of a sudden I hear the word COVID.
COVID?
I'm like, wait a minute, why is a ghost saying COVID?
Yeah, I don't think it was a ghost. I don't know who it is.
We were just walking. It wasn't you. So what do you use to clean the graves, matter of fact?
Oh, well, actually, this is just water right now. First, I learned my technique. I've been practicing, learn as you go kind of thing, just trial and error. And I learned that the best way to clean these is take plain water first. Well, these stones I clean, but first spray on plain water.
Yeah.
And then scrub off the lichens and the mildew. Carefully, you don't break the stone. I mean, some of these stones are very fragile.
Very fragile, yeah.
And you don't want to scrub the surface right off, so you take more off than the mildew and the lichens have already eaten off. And then after you scrub it, you rinse it right down so it's clean.
So you see the stuff just dripping down.
Pardon me?
So you see the stuff just dripping down?
Yeah, you drip it down, rinse it right down, and then most weather like this, you have to wet it again. And then I finish it off with, there's several products. There's a product called D2. First you wet the stone, and then you spray this product called D2 on it. And the stones turn, like you can see that stone over there, especially the other side, it turns like it's burnt orange color. That means it's killing all the mildew and the algae and whatnot. And
I thought that was more like a copper looking to it.
Oh, yeah, copper, whatever,
Yeah.
burnt orange, copper, burnt sienna, whatever.
Right,
whatever
right.
floats
Whatever you
your
want
boat.
to. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but that's kills the stuff, and eventually the stone whitens up once the mildew is dead.
Right,
And,
right.
but I use a product called Spray. Now you see the bottle is sprayed. They used to manufacture it here in Johnstown, but it's out
Really?
in Michigan someplace now. Yeah. And that works for me. That's got a surfactant in it also. It's not just intended for stone. It's just a general purpose cleaner, cleaning around the house.
Right.
But I tried it, spot tested it, and it worked. So
So I
would
saw
do it.
you were cleaning that one way over there.
Oh, that one there, yeah.
Yep.
I was just starting. I was just starting to hit it with plain water and scrub off you can see the dust and the residue there.
Do you have to use like any steel wool or
Oh,
anything?
no. You don't want to do anything very
Evasive?
abrasive because this is marble. And you definitely don't want to use Clorox or any sort of acid on it. No vinegar, no Clorox, nothing like that. No.
So you pretty much just say use water,
Yeah.
D12, something like that.
Yeah.
Just to
D2
clean.
it's called.
D2?
D2.
D2.
And there's another product in hardware stores called Wet It and Forget It, but I haven't really tried that one. I'm not sure how well that one works yet. But the D2 and the Spray 9, they definitely go right to town on it.
So do you take care of just this cemetery? Come in here and do this one only because it's your
just
favorite?
Just this one. It's just, like I say, mostly a hobby, just for some exercise, and it's been neglected for at least, I think a fellow that used to be the county historian was also some sort of a highway engineer or a foreman or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what his title was, but he was after he retired from that, he was the Fulton County historian. And he came in here and probably, I didn't see him do it, it was in 1979, he probably used surveying equipment and made a map of the cemetery, and that's over in the Historical Society now.
Is it that yellow building?
No, not the yellow building, that's the drum house. That's one of the houses that was built in order to be built by Sir William Johnson, who founded Johnstown, named it after his son John.
Yeah, we went to the other house that he has, the other place that's over across town.
Fort Johnson Hall? Or
Yeah,
Fort
Johnson Hall.
down
Johnson
there?
Hall.
Johnson Hall. That's down State Street, and just follow it out. It's right about in that direction.
Yeah, we went there
Yeah.
Christmas about a year ago, and they were having the Christmas thing before the pandemic hit.
Oh, okay.
And we were just shooting some photos and stuff like that. And there was a lady telling a story about the battles and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And you see this apparition come down above her head with two hands, and it looked revolutionary.
Is that really? Oh yeah, this area, I know every place, every little burg has got a sign that says "Welcome to Historic So-and-so." This place really has got history. I don't know what else it's got going for it now, but it's got a lot of history.
It does, it does, it does.
Just down the way was the Mohawk village of Caughnawaga, down there by Fonda. I guess de Tracy, one of the French guys, come through and wiped it out in 1690 something or other.
This is Shelley. She wrote a book. It's called
Oh, hi.
Cemeteries of Mohawk Valley.
Oh, okay.
So
great,
she's written a book about this cemetery is in there. She also put some of the trees in another book she did called what is it, Trees of Life?
Yeah.
Trees of Life, and this cemetery's got some of the nice
Okay,
trees,
yeah, I
so
was
she put them in
noticing
there.
that. A lot of these trees will probably have to come down because the branches break off and smash the stones to bits. They're big trees. At a cemetery like this, they should probably plant lilacs and stuff. These big
Right.
trees are getting old. You can see some of the hearts are rotten, and probably a lot. I'd hate to see it go because they're nice shade and beautiful hard maples and stuff, but probably one of these days, a lot of it will have to come down.
Now, Shelley, he actually cleans some of the stones around here.
I was seeing that. That's great.
Have
Yeah.
you been here when the leaves are out and the flowers and the fruits and things? Because that tree there, I'm not absolutely sure. I think it's a basswood, but I can't positively identify a basswood.
Not familiar with that, really.
Okay, I know this one here is a Norway spruce, and those cedars are probably red cedars. I'm not absolutely positive they're red cedars. I don't know if these are locusts or walnuts or what the heck those are. There is a ginkgo over there, actually a ginkgo tree. Then a lot of this is hard, sugar maple. There's a tamarack, the big one over there with the no needles on it right now, and a white pine, of course.
Right.
And a hydrangea.
What is your name again, so I have it for here?
Garth N. Fisher.
It was very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you too, Eric.
Right. And this is Shelley.
Sally,
Nice
how
to
do you
meet
do?
And thank you for
Oh, you're welcome.
taking care of these stones.
I say one of the best things George Washington ever did was to assign Colonel Marinus Willett to the Mohawk Valley. That he really had things on the ball and took care of things around here, and very important for such things as Erie Canal, things like that.
Right.
Again, thank you so
No,
much.
you're welcome.
Have a good day.
Bye bye.